pine trees have become a vast banquet for the beetles.
We're in a stand here of,
BC's chief forester, Jim Snetzinger, fought and lost a battle to the pine beetle. When the beetle first hit in the mid-1990s, the province tried to fight back, spraying and burning the sick trees. It didn't work.
Oh, here's a beetle right here. There we go.
It's just so small.
It's about the size of a grain of rice, and it burrows through the bark, into the living tissue of the tree and carves these galleries. And as it's doing that, it has a fungus in its mouth parts, and it's that fungus that infects the living cells of this tree, and it clogs up the tree with that fungus, and it doesn't allow the tree to bring up water to its needles at the top of the tree, and hence it dies.
So it dies of thirst.
It dies of thirst.
Since the 1990s, a pine forest nearly twice the size of New Brunswick has turned red and dead. It's not just a BC problem. The beetle has hopped over the Rockies into Alberta, and it's headed for the green band of pine that goes right across the country. In BC, the beetle is killing the most valuable timber. 80% of the lodgepole pines will be dead within 6 years, billions of dollars worth. So BC is trying to make as much money as it can from the trees before they rot. It's upped the logging quota to get the companies to cut more dead pine, creating an economic boom. There's a glut of logs in the mills like this one in Prince George that belongs to Canfor. But the more wood, the bigger the worry for Canfor's chief forester, Walter Matosevic. The dead logs are rotting and cracking faster than anyone expected.
So here's a good example of the impact of the mountain pine beetle on the quality of our logs. You can see these two samples here where we've got some pretty deep cracks going right through to the center of the log, and that poses a real challenge in our manufacturing plants.
You can pick out the dead pine by the distinctive blue stain left by the pine beetle. Everyone thinks the dead pines will have a short shelf life, and as the trees start to rot in the forest, the companies won't log as many. Which means sometime in the next 15 years, this boom will go bust.